Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of I Am That Bitch podcast. And I have Sierra here today, and I met this badass bitch at PodFest in January in Orlando. And I think we
It was a lot
instantly,
of fun. It was a lot of fun.
I think we instantly fell in love with each other.
We did.
I
We
was talking about
connected.
hotboxing, and it wasn't what you think. And she's like, "You're my girl."
Did. I did.
Oh,
Well,
that was
it
a
was all about the comedy the entire time. And everybody there was having so much fun and being alive and sharing what they know and where they're coming from. And I know for me, this is not something that I ever intended on doing. It's something that someone else said they wanted to do a show. Oh, hey, Sierra, do you want to do a show? And we were going to call our show Fucked Up and Growing because we
fucked
were
up and
doing,
growing.
yeah, Fucked Up and Growing because we were
Okay.
doing mushrooms at the time and drinking on vacation, and it just happened to come out Fucked Up and Growing. And I thought it was a great controversial title, not for the title for everything, but kind of like a Howard Stern, edgy, and then have an umbrella.
Yeah.
Now I'm just living, breathing, and having a good time, which I think is more appropriate for a lot of people. But who wants to be appropriate? That's not fun.
Yeah, I don't think it's in me to be appropriate.
No,
It doesn't exist in my
you're
DNA, I don't think.
you're Armenian. You're
No, I'm
Armenian.
Macedonian.
Oh, even worse. Yeah. Okay. There was
It's funny because all
even
my
worse.
cousins just look at me and they're like, "Where the fuck did you come from?"
Macedonia. I don't even
Well,
know. What do Macedonians eat? What's the tradition of Macedonia?
I'm a
Is it
Greek
like
Massey, so
okay?
it's Mediterranean food, right? Like fresh
Well,
bread,
I'm part
homemade
Greek.
feta. Huh?
Maybe we are sisters. I'm part Greek, so maybe we
Are
are
you?
sisters. Yeah.
What part of Greece? Do you know what part of Greece you're from?
Santorini.
Shut
Santorini.
up. Really?
Santorini. Yes. That's why I'm so bad and bougie.
I just never, you know what? I've never really met anybody from Santorini. Like it's always people that live elsewhere that have properties on Santorini because of the tourism and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met
I
a
know.
local from Santorini. You're the first one.
Well, I wouldn't call me a local. I've never been to Santorini.
You've
Now,
never
somebody in.
been?
No, it's on my bucket list. Italy, Sicily,
Girl,
and Greece.
you haven't
Yeah.
been anywhere? Oh my
I've
gosh.
traveled. I've traveled all kinds of places. Never been to
But you haven't been to
Greece.
the homeland.
I have not been to the homeland. I know.
It's pretty awesome. I got to tell you, Santorini was one of my favorite islands. Now it's just too touristy, and it's not even Greek anymore. Everybody in the stores are Albanian. They're not that it matters, but there's like everywhere we turn, there was no Greeks.
You
Like
mean they
that,
all were
and
running around saying, "I want to kill you. You're too pretty for me. I want to kill you."
yo, yeah, no, I don't get that. Fuck no. No, we took the last time we went, we took my mom. My mom hadn't been back to Greece in 43 years since moving to
Wow.
Canada. And we
Uh,
had this trip booked in 2020. Of course, COVID fucked that up. So we
mhm.
finally took her in 2023. And she's like, I want to see my village one more time. But we're from the north. We're in the mountains. Like we're literally a half an hour away from the Yugoslavian border. And yes, I still call it Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Um, not the
You might be.
former
You might be.
Republic of
You might be part Tartar too. You know. It is.
Tartar. What's that? The
Look
fuck
it
is that?
up. I didn't say retarded. I said tartar.
Well,
I'll send you the Mongolian. There was a lot of
I'm
Mongolian.
Mongolian.
I'm just
Girl, I'm fucking
saying.
Balkan. I'm Balkan.
Yes, you're definitely something. So anyway,
I,
yeah, you're definitely something. So
okay,
I
so listen, let's introduce you to everybody before we continue this fucked up conversation.
yes, yes.
Um, so tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my name's Sierra Cooper. I'm from Southwest Florida,
Why did you
originally
just
from
like
North.
get all professional there for a second?
I can just flip. I just flip. I'm from Northwest Ohio. I know it's a personality disorder. Just don't ask. And so, anyway, I have 5 businesses. So I've had Sierra's Integrated Body Works, where I've been a sports medicine, AIS practitioner, massage therapist, nutrition
Jesus.
detox person. I've had 3 clinics, a gym, a juice bar, build a gym in Wisconsin for a client of mine. I've written, I've been published, I've traveled a lot, I've taught, I've done cadaver labs, so I'm an anatomy nerd. And I constantly learn 24/7. I just got finished with my book. It is 23 chapters. It's going to be called I Loved You in Reverse. And no, it's not sexual. It is an outline of my life in third person. And I've had a very interesting life where I'm actually going to go out and do some motivational speaking gigs next year.
Nice.
And I'm giving back to my community in Inglewood, Florida by, you know, putting them into a position where business leaders and followers and people that I haven't met yet, they can come to my new networking group that I'm forming and putting chamber events together and doing stuff like that. And then my big thing, the big piece of the pie that I've been wanting to do for 14 years that is really heavy on my heart that I've always wanted to do, I'm very passionate about, is my medical franchise. So I basically have come up with a business model that hasn't been used yet. A lot of people have tried to construct a business model that quote unquote helps people, but they've either A, they've failed at it, or B, they're trying to do it all from one source, all from their self. And I'm gonna have 7, 8 medical uh, franchises come in, a gym, a juice bar, hyperbaric oxygen chamber company out of Japan that is a standing hyperbaric oxygen chamber that has been tested for 25 years. No fatalities. It's brand new, coming to the States soon. Dermatology, chiropractic, plastic
So this
surgery,
all under one bubble, right?
physical therapy, and then a medical niche spa. And then on top of that, I'm developing a external referral service, a 3-tiered membership, an event every month. We have a hydration station. We're going to run out to a functional medicine nurse practitioner for IV therapy, have PRP, stem cells, weight loss, nutrition detox. And then on the flip side, the acupuncture
Girl,
person.
this is a lot. This is a
It's a
lot.
lot. Well, that's what I do. And then on the flip side, right, we're gonna have body contouring, laser, Botox bar. We're gonna have it all. We're gonna have
So you
15
want this out
medical,
of one location.
one location, and then we want to franchise it. So I want to franchise to 17 to 20 cities is what
Okay.
I want to do. Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
the first one is going to open when? Do you have a
The first,
plan?
so I'm in negotiations right now, and so we hope to open by October of 2026 because we want to expand the bottom floor, 3,000 square feet. It's a 3-tiered building. It's 25,333 square feet right now. We want to expand it out to 28,333 square feet. It's a beautiful building. It's on Venice Island in Florida, which is between Sarasota and Fort Myers, and we want to expand to Sarasota, Naples, Boca Raton, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Work our way up to Atlanta, Buckhead, Raleigh, North Carolina. Go up to Providence, Rhode Island, New York City, Buffalo, Chicago. Blah blah blah. It just
Yeah.
goes on. So.
Okay. So like, do you have a partner doing this or is it just you doing
An
it?
investor, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, I had these great ideas, but I needed backing,
Yeah.
financial backing, because there's a lot of financials that go into this. And so I've been dreaming of Excel spreadsheets because I am not a techie person, and thank God I've got a really good team of smart people that are. So
Yeah.
we've had business meetings every night, right? And we've been putting together all the financials and blah blah blah, and you know, I've gotten so much good feedback from people that I really respect and I've known for a long time, and they're like, wow, this is genius. I mean, we're looking at profiting the first year on 24 million, you know.
Nice.
So
Nice. So, okay,
um
well, with all that, how did like so I met you at Podfest and you were part of the whole comedy track. And you actually did stand up comedy and it was quite funny. Um
I'm
but
glad you thought so. I was scared shitless.
no, you did good. You did something that I couldn't do. You know, I had Paul Votto on the podcast and we tried to do yes and I fucked it up. Like it's not as easy as you think it is, right?
No, no,
So you and for me, like I talked to Paul about it, like I'm not a scripted kind of girl. Like, you know, people are like when I invite them onto the show, they're like, "Are you going to send me questions?" I'm like, "No." I
no.
just want a free flowing conversation and I'm not going to edit a lot of this, so I like it real and raw. But the funny thing about you, so we hit it off immediately and we spent a lot of time together. I'm going to be back there again next year. You're going again next year, obviously.
Yes, yes.
But I really met some cool people. Really, I didn't know it existed until about 2 weeks before I booked my ticket to come.
Oh, wow.
It was 2 weeks before
Okay.
the event. I didn't know anything about it. I had just won a speaking competition, and one of my prizes was a coaching session with someone, and she always comes to Podfest as
Mm-hmm.
a speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "You should go to Podfest." I'm like, "What is that?" Anyway, so
So,
now I know what
yeah,
it is, and
yeah.
but you got on stage and you talked about uh, you marrying two gay guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like if anybody could have material, it's me. I mean, you can't listen. I didn't turn them gay. I didn't know that they were gay. I don't
Did
recommend.
they know they were gay?
Uh, Yeah, I think they both do, but they just didn't want to. It's kind of like a facade, which is sad, right? So we're brought up in society where, you marry the opposite sex, you have kids, you have a career, you buy a house, you start a life. And I think they were just really embarrassed and they were on the spectrum of like, hey, I have to be this person. They
Yeah.
weren't on the spectrum. I'm just saying that they were
No,
on the spectrum of
the
like,
gay
hey,
spectrum.
I have to be this type of person to be a man. And in the interim, I was like the psychiatrist trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with these people that I married, right? And so for a lot of women that you haven't met yet, and there's a lot of them out there that are either dating or engaged or married or had kids with bisexual or gay people, and they don't come out and tell you this shit. It's really disappointing and it's very frustrating because you internally take it in. You think it's your fault. You think that there's something wrong with you. You think, why is there no sex? What's going on with me? Am I not good looking? Am
Yeah.
I not pretty enough?
Okay, so
Um,
let me just interrupt you for a second. So, prior to marrying them, like, how was your sex life? If
Like
you had,
it's crazy because prior to getting married, so my first one, prior to getting married, I mean, it was great. There
and
was
then
there
once
was
you
no
got married, it stopped.
there was no warning sign. Honestly, I think he was more bisexual than gay because he ended up with his best friend and he looked like a Jason Momoa. So I don't blame him there, right?
The
But
best friend looked like
he
Jason Momoa.
he kept coming over to our house and he would never bring a girl over, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
What's going? Well, apparently him and my husband had a thing, so I like to talk to people about the subject because there's a lot of people that have either been they have been abused, so they go that route. B, they really are who they are, and they're ashamed to admit it because they're ashamed because they're brought up to be, like a Catholic or this or that. And no, we don't do this. We don't believe in this. You can't be who you are. I have no problem with people that are. I don't. I have gay guy friends. I mean, obviously, I attract them. So what the hell? But they're human beings and go do whatever you want to do. Just don't marry me. You know, that's what I say. Just don't marry me. That's it. Thank God
Stop stop proposing, damn it.
I know. I have so many great rings. I should probably sell them.
Tell them or
They're
make
so
one big, great big one.
so, and thank God I'm with a straight guy now, and I really do know he's straight. Like, I really know he's straight. I'm like, yes, I
All
hit the
right.
jackpot.
Third
You know,
time's the charm.
and you know that they're straight. I'm just putting this out there to a lot of women that if they're even questioning if their partner is gay, then yes, he is. If you have to question anything, women are the worst at second guessing and self doubting. I'm not a feminist, but I put it out there to people. I'm like, if your gut is telling you that there is something wrong here, something doesn't make sense, it's because it does.
Yeah, I agree with
Yes.
you. I always I tell my nieces, always follow your gut. Our intuition as women is pretty accurate. So if your
Yes.
gut is telling you, listen to it. It's
Yes.
probably right. 'Cause I'm not a feminist either. It's funny, there's multiple things you've said. Um, Shrooms. I love doing shrooms.
Oh yeah. They're
I'm
so much
also a
fun.
motivational speaker, not a
Yeah.
feminist. The tick 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 where we've got so much in common.
Yes.
But
We're strong
it's
women.
funny. I say that to other women. They're like, "What? You're not a feminist? You don't stand for what?" And I said, maybe the original reason why feminism was started,
Right.
I agree with. What it has become today, I want nothing to do with.
I want nothing to do with it. Exactly. But this is the thing, too. People also have to heal from their trauma. And that's something that I talk about a lot. And this goes for women and for men. You know, you can't be in a healthy relationship and a lot of breakups. So I've got advice, too, for women and for men that are coming from unhealed trauma. So the one thing I always suggest and tell people I am not bitter by any of my experiences. I have never had a hardened heart because of anything I've been through. Yeah, you learn from things, but at the same time, when you are getting to know someone, you have to A, be honest, don't sugarcoat anything. And lastly, you have to trust in it until it shows you to not trust. Because if you don't give yourself that benefit of the doubt, not them, you, by just saying, hey, look, I'm going to trust it until they prove me wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm grateful for all my experiences. I
Yes.
say it didn't happen to me, it happened for me
Yes.
because it made me who I am today. I've been through some shit with my family, my brother, the people that
Me
I was
too.
dating.
Yeah.
A lot of people know my story. I don't look at it like it happened to me, it happened for me because, Sierra, I like who I am today. I really
Yeah.
do. I'm very
You
confident
should.
and I just, yeah, I love who I am. I'm authentic. Maybe sometimes
Sure are.
too authentic. People can't
Sure
handle
are.
me.
I love it.
Yeah. So
I hope you always stay too much because the thing is I always tell people like if they tell you oh you're too much well then get out of my way
yeah,
because you're not my tribe.
yeah, you're not part of my tribe. Exactly. Like so many men, like other men, like I'll crack jokes. I'll say things that are quite shocking, and men don't know how to handle it. And
Who
they'll say to my
knows?
husband, "How do you handle her?" And he just looks at them like, "She's easy. What are you fucking talking about?" And I
Exactly.
said, "That's what a real alpha strong man looks like." Sorry. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you fucking beta boy. I can't. I can't.
So many of them.
It's the whole world.
Listen, literally there comes the light. I actually find the role reversal in society quite interesting because women have wanted to have men become women and they don't understand how they've done that over time and they wonder why they get these half-assed men. It's because of their perspective and the way that they're looking at things. Men were natural gatherers, according to
Protectors,
me.
providers.
We're nurturers. And so, as long as your guy can let you be in your feminine energy and him lead you, then you're with the right person. But if you ever have to take up the reins and lead him, you're in the wrong wrong relationship,
Yeah,
because that's not what it's about.
I was on this other podcast, these 4 guys in New York, 3 or 4 guys I was invited on, and it was, they were all I brought up gender roles in marriage, and I said, I'm not a feminist. I like alpha male. I think we have to protect them. Now, listen, are they
Yes.
cocksuckers and assholes? 100%. But we can be bitches and assholes ourselves. But we still have to protect alpha males because they're under attack. One guy goes, I hate the labeling of alpha male hero. And then he stops and he goes, well, my wife calls me her hero. And I said, hold on a second. I think his name was Dog. And I said, hold on a second, Dog. I said, isn't that beautiful? That whatever situation your wife was in prior to meeting you, when she met you, you saved her. And she looks at you every day like a hero. I
Hmm.
said, is that so bad? And you see him and he stops and he's like, huh, thanks for that. So I said, this alpha male or hero, they're not bad things. And I said, and I'm an alpha female. I'm very strong. I work in a male dominated industry, cannabis.
Oh,
And,
that's
I said, my husband lets me be me. And the one guy goes, lets you? I'm like, oh, did I trigger you? Did I say something? Do you need your safe space? Right?
yes.
Because I
Oh
just can't, I
yes, there's
can't do
many.
guys that are easily triggered. And then the
No.
last guy goes, well, I am a beta boy. And he goes, I stay at home with the kids and my wife goes to work. And I said, okay, but that works for your family. It takes it, if
It
that's what you're,
doesn't mean that he's a beta boy. Beta boys are what we mean by beta boys, because yeah, I agree with you. If it's a situation that either the guy works remotely from home and is more the caregiver for the family
yeah.
and lets his wife go out and
Well,
do
no,
her
she's the
career stuff,
caregiver. He's the homemaker.
and that's fine. And that's
And
fine
that's what
if
I
it
said.
works for them.
And I said, he goes, my friends make fun of me all the time. And I said, but that works for your family. You step up every day and take care of your children because
Yes.
your wife just so happens to have a job that makes more money and it makes more sense for you to stay home rather than paying for daycare or whatever.
Childcare.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, but the other guys were just like triggered. And when I say that, like, I think people are very surprised that I'm traditional in my marriage. I'm very, very
I
traditional.
I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love the gender roles. I love cooking. I don't clean actually. He actually cleans. But I love cooking. Cooking is my love language. So when you come up to Toronto and you see me and you stay here, I will just
Yes.
constantly feed you because that is my love
Oh,
language. Cooking and
awesome.
feeding. Cooking and feeding.
That's awesome. I'm in. I'm in
Yeah.
like one.
I love
My
cooking.
thing is I can clean, but I'm not huge on the cooking thing. I mean,
I love cooking.
I would love to cook. This is my problem. I don't make time because I'm so busy. Now, my guy is from Baton Rouge and he can cook. He
Nice.
can cook. He's really good. And this is the other funny thing. So, and I tell this joke. It really is a joke. I mean, I'm trying to be funny when I say this and not sarcastic, but I'm known. And ladies, listen, if you have a type, just know 9 times out of 10, the person you're meant to be with is the opposite of your type. My type is usually 6'4".
And you're tiny. You're like this.
Yeah, yeah. My type is I'm short. My type I usually go for tall guys, buff, blah blah blah. My guy's buff, but my guy is my height.
What?
Yeah, he's so
Hey.
damn cute. He's adorable. He's adorable.
Is he going to
So
come to
I tell
PodFest next year or this year?
Oh my God. Oh
Next
yes.
year.
And listen, my guy is so successful and he's so smart and I brag about him all the time and he's so cute. He's adorable. Um I told him the other day, I said, oh my God, I just want to pinch your cheeks because he has dimples. They're adorable. He reminds me like if his spirit animal was an animal, it'd be a squirrel. You ever look at a squirrel and just go, oh my
I hope he doesn't watch this. Oh, my girl thinks I'm like a spirit animal squirrel, not a lion or a.
He's so
See, you're an
cute.
asshole.
The second part to that, squirrels love nuts. So, so,
Girl, fuck's
so,
sake.
So he's great though. He's phenomenal, and he's been so successful in what he's done, and he's done a bunch of stuff. And his son's mom died the same way that Ava's dad died, and it really brought us to. They both overdosed. Um, and and our kids are about the same age, and they almost have the same birthday. He has my dad's birthday that was murdered. His dad has my mom's birthday. It's really freaking weird.
Wow.
It's
A
weird.
lot of trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of similarities, but
Yeah.
a lot of really good stuff because people have to understand it's not about the fake stuff. You can go out and quote unquote date, speed date, get on the internet. It's really about the raw. And you know how we met? My girlfriends called me up and they said, "You are the most boring person we've ever met. You're so fun, and all you do is work nowadays and
Yeah.
come out, watch football, and drink some beer." So the only thing down here open because the hurricanes, we have like four back to back.
Yeah.
It was this little sports bar up the road. So I went up there. I got dressed up for this place called End Zone. It's like a hole in the wall. And so I walk in. He's at the bar. I start talking. He thought I blew him off because I started talking to other people, and then he talked to other people. And before you know it, I go to the bathroom with a bunch of friends. Well, of course, I see this woman that I haven't seen in forever, and she's so that way that as we're walking out, she clotheslines me from behind, and we fall between the wheelbars. This is a crazy story. And we fall between the pool tables. It was like a movie. And I'm laying on my back, and I'm so red. And I'm like, oh my God, I just met this really cute guy. And now I have to pretend like I'm okay. He comes over and looks down and he goes, how do you plan on getting home? I was like, I don't know, just like now or I'll Uber. And he's like, everybody knows me. I have a spare bedroom. Come home. I'll do your clothes. We'll go have breakfast in the morning. That's what happened. His dog almost ate my bra. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to
And
know
we've
what
been together.
happened.
Yeah. Well, no, the story is I went home with them and
I
we've
want
been
the.
together ever since. No, I did not stay in the spare bedroom.
I'm
And
sure
no,
you didn't.
allowed to watch this because God knows I have like tried to modify this story over and over again for certain people in my life. I'm like, I can't tell him that I went home with a guy the first time I met him, but
Yeah.
he was
You're an
really cute.
adult.
Yeah, I know. It was
Yeah.
he's just so cute. You'll love him when you meet him.
Well, I
He's
can't
adorable.
wait. Well, maybe one day I'll come down there. I want to move to Florida or Texas, one of those states, but because our country's just so shit right now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
And it's funny because I've interviewed so many Americans lately, this week actually, and they're
Yes,
like, "Oh my God, we want to move to Canada." I'm like, "Why? Like, you guys have no fucking idea how horrible it is up here.
it's terrible.
Nobody can
It's
afford anything. The cost of living, we have a dictator government, and I know the liberals
yes.
will freak and go, "No, we don't." You're
I'm
just,
not a liberal. I'm
well,
not a
no, you're not a
liberal.
liberal. I'm just saying the liberals here.
Oh, they're insane. They don't
They're
make
it's
any
it's
sense.
insane. And now everybody's like Trump endorsed the liberals today or on Fox News. And he goes,
Shut up.
I know the fucking guy is entertainment, so they all fucking hate him. Orange man, bad, right? And I watch
Yeah,
everything, and the Trump derangement syndrome is unbelievable. You can't
it
talk.
is.
You can't talk. Like someone said, Elon Musk is stealing. I go, why would he want to steal? He's the richest man in the world. Like, how are you
Yeah.
guys upset that Doge is finding fraud? Like, I don't understand. Don't you want
Sure.
that? Like,
Yeah.
anyway. So today Trump goes, or he last night, whatever the fucking thing, it's going viral today.
Yeah.
He goes, the interviewer says, "Oh, you're probably, the liberal will probably win," and he goes, "Good." He goes, "I don't care who wins, but I hope it's the liberals." He goes, "Because it'll be easier to take over."
It's so true, though. They're so defective.
So
They're
these liberals, they've
stupid.
been quiet all fucking day. They don't know what to do. They're like, "Wait a minute, he just endorsed the guy we want." But it's like they don't, like, they're confused. They don't know what the fuck to do.
Well, they don't because they have no game plan. Their strategy is so weak, and they come from lies. They come from fear. They come from tactics that aren't even doable. I
Listen,
mean,
they're
hello,
following your playbook up here. We literally have an unelected official as prime minister right now. And our
exactly.
government's been shut down since October. We have literally no working government right now in Canada.
But look at all the immigrants that are being deported out of our country as they should, shouldn't
Girl, did
they?
you see that
Yeah.
video of the MS-13 gang guys?
Oh, it's bad.
But no,
It's
did you see
really
the video?
bad.
I thought it was an actual fucking movie. The president of
It's
Ecuador
scary. Yes.
put it out. I said to Tony, "You got to watch this, babe." I said, I don't know if it's a movie or it's real, but it's real. And I think the judge,
Scary.
you guys had a judge order the planes to turn around. Are you fucking retarded? Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
and you're mad? They're just migrants. No, they're rapists. They're killers. They're known.
They do horrendous. I mean, there's
MS-13 is the
so many.
worst. The worst.
MS-13 is the worst. Well, they were flying them into Florida. They were dropping them off everywhere. I mean, look at Texas. I mean, they had so many problems. I have family in Texas. My mom's from Dallas.
Yeah.
And so, on the ranches, they'd have people coming on, killing their livestock, raping,
That's not
killing,
true,
robbing.
Sierra. That's not true. They're not eating the cats. They're not eating the dogs. Meanwhile, there's a video of
Oh,
the cop's cam. She has the cat in her fucking hand.
isn't that gross? How
It's
can you
so,
eat?
it's,
How?
but I don't, they look at us and they call us like fucking, we're retards, we're uneducated, we're brainwashed. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're looking at. And you go, I want to support that party. Like, I don't, you have a family.
If you look at 99.9% of the liberal community, they have one thing in common that I just mentioned a while back: trauma. They've all been traumatized. If you actually do your research on a
Girl,
lot of
I've been
these
fucking
people,
traumatized. You've been traumatized.
yeah, but they're mentally ill, traumatized. They're mentally ill, is what I'm trying to say. We worked through our shit. They don't work through theirs. They become mentally ill, and then they wonder why. They wonder why people like me, who I'm in the medical community. No, I do not agree with how they used to do things back in the day, frontal lobotomies, the whole
Yeah, yeah.
nine. No, but they need to create facilities, healthy facilities for mentally ill people, because this is the thing. Okay, if you don't want to deal with your stuff and you want to shoot everyone, you don't want to deal with your stuff, you want to get hooked on drugs and become an alcoholic and ruin everybody else's life, that's up to you. That is accountability. They take no accountability for their actions. They blame it on everybody else. I have mad respect for people that have been through a lot of shit, and they pull themselves up by the bootstraps and they start over again and they become a good person for society. If you can't be a good person and contribute other things versus, well, then what are you here for?
Yeah.
What are you here for?
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
I'm here. It's not like I'm just creating a medical franchise to make a lot of money. I'm creating it to help people, and I'm passionate about it, and I'm wanting to share it with so many people and do things that are important for people's educational mindset. People don't understand that. Elon Musk didn't just become a billionaire. The reason why he became a billionaire, his first wife did an interview about him, and she talked nothing bad about him. She talked very highly of him, and she said he deserves who he is, what he's made. He didn't start out in any of this thinking, oh, I want to be a billionaire and I want to have a ton of money. No, he said, this is how I want to help people, so let me go and help people. And that's exactly what's going on. People, for some reason, my dad was wealthy. People, for some reason, look at wealthy people and they become envious and jealous. And then instead of supporting them doing good things, they look down on them, they frown upon them, and they spit on them practically for working their asses off. Well, I'm sorry. If you don't want to work your ass off to become someone great,
You can't be mad at me.
You exactly. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have a woman empowerment group, a networking group up here. I don't know if you know that
Mhm.
about me.
Yeah, I
Um,
read that. I
yeah,
read that.
so I literally started that because I had a business. We lived in the States. I used to live in Maine, and
Okay.
excuse me, we saw this little business and we moved back to Canada because we just didn't like what we were doing. And we couldn't get this little business out of our head. It was like an olive oil store that we saw in Rockland, Maine.
Oh, nice.
And so we opened up. I think we were the first to open in the GTA. Like the GTA is the Greater Toronto area. Um, and I would notice that my friends and family wouldn't walk in. A lot of people called me stupid. Like, how are you going to make money selling olive oil?
That's a huge business.
Well,
It's
yeah,
huge.
but then no one got it. And I said, okay, wait till it's set up and you see the concept. You'll see. Like my cousin's husband said, "You're a fucking idiot. Like you're going to lose your shirt." And I'm like,
Oh,
okay, I'm going to
so
lose my
that's so
shirt.
nice. Yeah.
But then, there's two friends that one of the daughters worked for me.
Mhm.
And the one friend, when they dropped off the daughter, if they were together, the one friend would hide in the back seat laying down. So she didn't feel obligated to come in if I saw her. So I thought, this is stupid, right? So I would invite other women in business and really promote, like before collaboration over competition was a trend and a hashtag.
Yes.
I would say,
Yes.
let's work together. And
Exactly.
you come into my store, set up your product. It was a beautiful big store on a Saturday, our busiest day. You promote to your people, I promote to my people, and let's work together because there's enough
Yes.
money in the world for everybody. But they didn't
Yes.
get it, right? But right back to this guy walks in. I'm in there by myself. And this beautiful black man walks in. Okay. He just had that sex appeal, right? He's got this French scarf around his neck. And he goes, my family and I came to Menchie's. It's a frozen yogurt store
Mhm.
that was beside me. And he goes, we were staring through your window and I want to know something. I go, what's that? He goes, I want to know how you're going to make money. I said, okay, well, let me show you. So I had him start tasting, right? And I'm looking at him. I'm like, you look familiar. He goes, yeah, no, I didn't grow up here. And I'm like, neither did I. He goes, I grew up in East York. I'm like, so did I. And I went to East York High School. And I'm like, so did I. I said, you're a twin, aren't you? Sure enough, it was guys that I knew from high school. He was one of them. And now we're good friends to this day. And so he's in the store, he's tasting olive oil and vinegar, and he's at the cash with 4 bottles. And we're just talking now. He's not realizing. And I said, did I just prove to you now how I'm gonna make money? And he's like, holy smokes.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
eventually I opened up 3 stores and I sold the business just before COVID, thank God.
That's awesome. Good for you. Well, yeah, I mean, see, I'm working with a team of people for this medical franchise, developing e-commerce stores, a three-tiered membership program software that will actually spit out and teach people what they need to be doing for their health, which is so important.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
awesome. More no, more now than anything. Everybody,
yeah.
like the amount of people, Sierra, that are sick, and I have my theory about it, but again, I'm one of those
I
tinfoil
know
hat.
what you're gonna say. I believe in that too. Hey, listen, everybody down here, you want to hear something interesting? I'm gonna tell a little story. So, my mom, a couple of years ago, during like the whole start of COVID, my stepdad's an idiot, but that's a whole other subject. So, he tells my mom, "Oh my God, you have to get the COVID shot, or I'm gonna divorce you." And I'm like, "What the fuck do you have to lose?" Pardon my French. My dad never liked him anyway, neither do I. So anyway, and he was all about supporting Trump. But then when the shots came out, oh my God, we got to get our COVID shot. And I kept telling my mom, don't get it, don't get it. Well, it's funny. They only got one shot, but guess what? Out of that one shot, my stepdad almost went blind in both of his eyes, had neurological stuff happen, multiple deterioration of joints, supposedly out of nowhere.
Nowhere. We
Um,
don't understand where it came from.
oh, and my mom's health too. My mom spontaneously came up with a spot on her right kidney. I mean, come on, come on.
Well, you were just conspiracy theorists, but isn't DeSantis going after Pfizer? I know North or South Carolina just filed against Pfizer. So I didn't get the shot.
No, I
I
didn't either.
listened to, I have a hard time listening to rules and laws. They
Yeah, I
said,
do too.
don't go out. I went out. Don't have
Yeah,
people
I
over.
did.
I had a dinner party of 15 people and I live next door to two cops.
That's great.
And then they said, wear a mask. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen.
Wow. Ew.
They said,
Get
get
the
the
diaper
shot. I'm like,
on.
get fucked. Like, it's not
Yeah,
happening.
exactly.
And
No.
one of my friends, we travel with them every year. Like, actually, we're going away next week. And she sat on my couch and she's like, are you seriously not going to get the vaccine? I said, I don't know what you don't understand. Even if you put a gun to my head, that experimental drug, because it's not even a vaccine, is not going in my body. It is not worth it. Well, you're not going to be able to travel. You're not going to be. And I said, okay, I won't. I won't do
First
it.
off, you're not going to be able to travel if you're A, dead, or B,
Well, my
diseased.
friend's a doctor, and every time she told her patients don't get it, and they went and got it. And she goes, we did it to travel. She goes, well, let's hope you're alive that you can travel. That's what she said to them.
Heck, I mean, come on. And by the way, everybody down here that is getting sick, besides all the chemtrails being sprayed
Yeah.
in our air, are all the people that got the COVID shot.
Yep. Yep. Anyway, we'll talk more offline. Okay, girl, we're up for time. I want to thank you for coming out. You have to come back on again.
Yes, I would have
Okay.
loved
We
that.
just to shoot the
Yes.
shit, right? We can
Shoot
talk,
the
we can
shit.
pick news because I love American news. We can talk all
I,
day about it.
oh, there's so much.
So
There's
much
so
shit.
much to talk.
Okay,
Oh,
really quickly,
yes.
where can people find you?
They can find me on my website at www.sierra, Sierra podcast.com. Living, breathing, having a good time, which is going to air on the red carpet at all the film events coming out next month, which is going to be on Pop Brother Nation, Rumble, YouTube, Spotify, all of that.
Love it.
Sierra's Integrative Bodyworks with an X.com. Facebook, Instagram, just look me up.
I appreciate you coming onto my podcast and supporting me. I'm absolutely grateful.
Absolutely. I love it. I can't wait to come back.
All right, everybody. If you like what you hear, make comments, share with your friends. Please follow me. And we'll talk soon.
See ya.